if statement. We can also call nested if statement. So means whenever you specify an if statements inside an if statement, we can call it as a if. Example, expression bracket if expression bracket the statements again if expression. So when you see here, this is first if, first black. This is the second black. And do not like this also. This is the third black. This is the third black. So first you have to remember, first you have to close this one. Next you have to close this one. Finally you have to close this one. So this is called the nested if. Nested if. If inside if. So it means that if you want to check the conditions differently. For example, if marks in Telugu greater than 35, then you have to enter into the loop and again he has to check for the marks in English. If those are also above 35, then again you have to check for physics, chemistry, computer science, whatever subjects. So it means that what we are looking for is, we are checking for first condition. If the condition satisfies, we'll go for the next condition. If the condition satisfies, we'll go for the next condition, so on. Another example, let us see, you want to calculate the overall performance of a student. There is a possibility of academic records and the curricular activities record. So let us see, first I have to check the marks that are obtained, average marks that are obtained in the academic records. So if the marks obtained in the academic records are more than 80%, then I have to check is curricular activities marks are more than 60, then I can see he is an outstanding student. So it means that first we have to satisfy the one condition. If that condition satisfies, then it go for the next condition, and so on. This is called the nested if. This is called the nested if. So if inside another if, it is called the nested if. So where we can use this condition, if one condition is satisfied, then he has to check for the another condition. So in those cases, we can use the nested if. So let's see an example that illustrates about the nested if concept. See, control and program on nested if. So here hash include stdio.h. So here I am asking for 2 marks, that is academic, means academic. Next, curricular activities. Printf enter marks in academics. Scanf percentage D, comma, ampersand, the same, paste it here, marks in curricular activities. Okay. First condition, if is CAD greater than 80, then if CU or R greater than 60, then enter is outstanding. So here both the condition is get satisfied. First is look for this condition. If the condition is satisfied, then you look for second condition. Both the conditions are I will get this message. If let us see if the one condition is satisfied and the second condition doesn't satisfy, we can see this here. The else block printf. So not an outstanding student. So this is here. See, you see the first one is first this condition will check the condition check next second it will check for this condition. This condition is okay, then it will display this message. Else this will display this message. So here if this is if and this is else. So it means that if academic marks is greater than 8 and curricular activities mark is greater than 60, he will get outstanding student. Otherwise, he will get not an outstanding student. Finally, the main. So see, first we have to save the program. Study.c F9 for compiling, no errors, F10 for executing. Academic mark, for example, I will specify the 81. Enter the mark in the example 890. So he is an outstanding student. So when we execute the same program once again, let us see 76 and 85. We are not getting any message here. Why? The first condition is itself is wrong. The first condition itself is wrong. But the second condition is correct. So then what we have to do in this program, we have to specify at least one message that both the conditions satisfies what happened. If one condition satisfied, what to happen. So that's why I'm doing some here simple change. Else printf is not secured. Marks academics. So now you'll get at least any one output. See, compile if Now see, I am giving first the marks is 76. So below the 80. And second, I am giving the above 80. So he is not secured good marks in academics. So if I give more both the values about the given range, then I will get a message that he is an outstanding student. If I give good marks in academics and bad marks in this one, then you have to say that he is not an outstanding student. See an example. Once again, I will execute, you can understand. So here, I am giving more marks in academics, but less marks in curricular activities. The first condition is satisfied and the second condition is failed. Then I will get a message that he is not an outstanding student. So if the both condition is satisfied, we will get a message that he is outstanding student. If the first condition is satisfied, the first condition itself is not satisfied, then we will get a message that the academics marks are very less. So what is the need of specifying all these things? Means for anything, when you're writing the program, if the condition is satisfied, what you are going to give a message as an output, and if the condition doesn't satisfy, also you have to mention the same thing. So that's why here I specified that. Here I specified that if the both conditions satisfied, I will get this message. If this condition is satisfied, this not satisfied, then I will get this message. If this condition itself is not correct, then I will finally get like this message. So this is about the if statement, nested if, that is also called the nested if statement. Now, let's see about the iterative statements. What is meant by iteration? What is meant by iteration? Simple that iteration is a process of executing set of instructions at more than one time until the given condition is satisfied. So means that, see an example, there are the set of instructions. See this one, statement 1, statement 2, etc. So I want to repeat this set of statements execution repeatedly. So means first time I have to execute the statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, etc. and all the things. And again I want to execute. And again I want to execute the same statements again and again and again. So then every time it is writing the same code is too much problem. That's why I will use the concept of iteration. So iteration is nothing but executing set of instructions more than one time until given condition is satisfied. Given condition is satisfied. Okay. So this is called iteration. Means that I will specify some condition until the condition is okay. The statements that I'm giving in the condition has to be executed repeatedly. So this is the concept of iteration. We have different statements in iteration. One is do while, one is do while, next one is while, and finally the one is for. So do while, for. These are the three iterative statements. So iteration is nothing but the execution of a set of instructions more than one time until the given condition is satisfied. There are three types of iterative statements: do while, and for. Let's see one by one the usage of the iterative statements. The first one is do while. Do while. So what it means, the do while, do something while till the condition specified. How long I have to do? Till the condition is satisfied. This is do while. So what is the syntax for the do while is do set of statements, finally while expression, while expression. Do set of statement while expression. Here you have to remember, we are telling that iteration is the process of executing set of instruction more than one time. So it means that whenever you are trying to execute more than one times, you must require the counter. So how many times it is incremented also, it is an important issue. So that's why any, either it is a do while or the while or for, three statements contains the counters also. So see an example. That's why we can change it as here initialization. Initialization statements, and here in the statements implementation. So in a do while or for we have three things. One is the initialization, incrementation or the decrementation, incrementation or the decrementation, and finally, the while. So see an example here. Let us see I equal to 10. I equal to 10. This is called initialization. This is called initialization. Means that I am giving some values to the variable. I is initialized with value 10. With value 10. Okay. I is initialized with the value 10. The next statement is do. So what I have to do, I would like to print the value in I. So that's why percentage D comma I. So what it will do, it will print the I value. The next line, I am using the statement that /n. What this statement will do, this statement will move the cursor into the next line. So it means that first it will display the value in I and then it move cursor to the next line. Okay. Now I equal to I plus 1. This is called incrementation. So here I am incrementing the I value by 1. Sorry, is only with 1? No. If you want to increase by 2, you can increase 3, increase 4, increase whatever you can do. But I am taking an example that the I value is getting incremented by 1 value. So next, finally, what I have to say, while the expression. What is the expression here is while I less than or equal to 20. So what do we have here? First I value is 10. It enter into the do loop. Then first it will display the I value. Then it will go to the next line. Then the value get fully incremented by 1. So now I value become 11. It tested. It's okay because I less than or equal to 20. Then it will display and so on. So by this way, by this program, I can get the values from 10 to 20 because I specified the less than or equal to. So it starts from 10 to 20. So this is the advantage. So what here I'm doing, I am using the three statements here. The first statement is printing the value. Next statement is go to the next line. And next statement increment of the I value. So I am repeating the three statements execution more than one time. How long I have to do the same thing? Till the condition is satisfied. So it means that this statement will execute for 10 and 11, 12, 13 and so on till 20. So it means the three statements are going to be executed for 11 times because 10 to 20, 11 times. So this is called the iteration. So instead of writing 11 into 3, that is 33 lines of code, I am initializing the code to the limited to 3 lines itself. So this is the advantage of writing the iterations. So iteration is nothing but the executing set of instructions more than one time until the given condition is satisfied or met. So there are 3 types: do while, and for. So any iteration statement have 3 parts. One is the initialization part, next one is increment decrement part, and next one is the condition part. So okay, let's see an example of do while. Control N. Program on while. Dash include stdio.h. Here I am declaring a value I. And initializing, first I have to initialize the value. Let us see, I am increasing initialize to 1. Here next step, what you have to do, I have to use do. Here I'm mentioning the statements, my statements, what to be executed. Percentage D, comma I. Printf action. I plus 1. So how long I have to execute this one? Means here I'm specifying the condition. Why? How long? Let us see an example. 10. So here what will happen? The first I value is 1. It enters the loop. It will display, go to the next line, increment the value, check the value, yes, greater than, less than. So first 10 will display. Next 11, 12, 13, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, till 19. So I will get the values here from 1 to 19 by and specifying I is less than 20. If I specify I less than or equal to 20, I'm able to get the 20 up to 20. So here less than or equal to 20. First save the file, do while.c. So now try to execute the program. Hey, there is one error. So why? Here I mentioned to forget to semicolon. So execute here, compile, errors, run. See here, I'm getting the values from 1 to 20. So here what happened is first the printing value will be, the statement will be executed. Next line statement is executing. Next incrementing decrement is executing. Sir, what is the necessity of using the slash and separate? If you want to use, you can use it to print up directly along with the values also. Yes, you can also do like this, no problem. So it means that if you want to use the same here, you can also use the same, no problem. You can now you can remove this. Now you can remove this line. Now let's execute again. So it means that you are reducing one more line. Let's see. Do you observe here clearly? One is came to the next line. So actually one has to be top, but you go to next line because in the statement we specified that printf slash and the value. So it means that first it will take the next line, then they will print. Then that's why what you have to do is you can do like this now. You can mention the slash and at the end of the and after displaying the value. Now see the difference here. and the values are started from beginning. So this is the advantage of using the iteration. Let's see another example that illustrates. Next, we'll go for the screen do while. So this is about the do while. Now you look at the while loop. While loop. So in the while loop also, we are already told that in first initialization. Next here you have to see the difference. A while expression. Set of statements. Other statements. So is there any difference between here? Yes. Here first initialization. He is also first initialization. Here first do, but here first is the condition. Then increment and decrement everything. So what is the main difference between the do while and while loop here is only one thing, that in do while first the execution part will complete it, then the condition will be verified. Whereas in while loop, first it will look for the condition. Once the condition satisfies, then only the statements in the loop will be executed. In do while, the statements in the loop will be executed first. Finally, it checks for the condition. Whereas in while, first the condition will be verified, then only the set of statements in the loop will be executed. Is there any problem? No. But both the statements are useful and both will give the same values. But only one thing you have to remember is that execution time will be saved, because the do while first the transaction execution will be performed at least once. So means that until the first condition is first part is not satisfied, up to that the loop will be executed first of all. So that is the problem. Whereas the do while until as the condition is satisfied, it doesn't enter the loop. So it means the execution time will be less in while as compared to the do while. Because in do while, first the execution will be performed after the validation will be performed. In while the validation will be performed, then the execution will be performed. That's why do while is called entry checking. Sorry, exit checking. So do while is called exit checking, and while is called entry checking. So it means that in while loop, whenever you are starting to enter into the loop, it will check. In do while, after enter into the loop, one iteration is completed, then it will check. But both will give the same output. The output will be same, but the execution process will be little vary. That's why we'll go for the while as compared to the do while. Let's say the same program or some other program with the help of the do while. I equal to 10. I equal to 10. So initialization part is over. Next, while I greater than equal to 1. Printf percentage d comma I. Otherwise, I will use slash and also along with that one. Okay. So I equal to I minus 1. So what will be happened here? First, I value will become 10. Then it checks the condition first. Is the 10 is greater than or equal to 1? Yes. So the condition is okay. Then enter into the loop and display the I value that is 10. And the I value get decremented by 1. So now the I value is 9. Again, it checks for the condition 9 greater than or equal to 1. It is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How long will display? We already specify the condition that I greater than or equal to 1. So it means till this 1, it will display. Once it will reach the 0, it will exit the loop. Okay. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is the advantage of while loop. So in the same way, we have nested do whiles and nested whiles also. Nested do while means do while inside do while. Do while inside do while. Nested while means while inside another while. See an example, nested while here. So let us see an example that I equal to 1. I less than or equal to 5. Next I am doing second loop while. So here I am declaring another variable that int j equal to 1. Int j equal to 1. So here that while j less than or equal to 5. So here first I'm already mentioned the j value here, otherwise I will do here, no problem. Int j. So here within the loop, I mentioned that j equal to 1. J equal to j plus 1. So let's see this one. What happened? First, I value is 1. J value not defined. I less than or equal to 5. Yes, I is less than or equal to 5 because it is 1. So then once enter into the first loop, the I value, J value become here is 1. I am initiating the value to 1. So 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes. Just enter into the and display the value of J. The value of J. So next the J will get incremented. J will get incremented and J will become as 2. And again, 2 is less than or equal to 5 and 2 value will be displayed. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be displayed. When the I value is 1. And the same to next I value become 2 and J value become 1. Again displayed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it means that ultimately what I will get the output, I will get the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 5 lines. In 5 lines. So the execution process will be like this. I will explain. Compile, no errors. Run. The output is going infinite. Why? So because I less than or equal to 5, here I mentioned I equal to I minus 1. I have to specify I equal to I plus 1. So compile and run. So this is the output. So what happened here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I want to get the detail, then I have to go here. I have to mention that printf slash. What happened here? First, in the first line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will display it, and come to the next line, 1, 2, 3, 4 will display next 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So see here, compile and run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I have to mention here also. I remove this one. Okay. Compile now. See, this is the output finally. So how this output will come, I will explain in detail here. So let's see here. As per earlier example, the first here the I value, J value, and finally the output value. We have three values here. The I value first is 1 and J value is first is 1. The output is 1. Whenever the I value is same, J value is 2, the output is here 2. When I value is same and J value is 3, the output is here 3. And I equal to same, J equal to 4, then the output is 4 here. And I value is 1, J value is 5, then the output is 5. So here, J value is breaking now because I have to specify clearly that I have specified J less than or equal to 5. So it's coming out of the loop. So now, here I value get incrementing. So this 2. Again, J value become 1. And now the output is again 1. The same way, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. And the outputs will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how long this process will go? Till the I value is 5. So finally you will get the message that like this 1, 2, 3. You'll get the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the finally the output will get. So here what happens first I value will become and J value become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next I value will be 2 and J value will be 1, 2, 3, 5. And so on this process will continue till the I value is also become 5. So this is about the while loop and do while loop. I will send some programs, try to practice those programs. If not possible, we will discuss in the next section.